How do I find the right salespeople? How do I promote the tickets, stuff like that? What are the party essentials? When should I really start the party?
What you could do, go into ChatGPT. Actually, let's try and do it now.
So do you got any final tips or details? Maybe like five key things for someone who's starting out. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for helping. I never actually expected that you were gonna help out like small
That's all good.
creators and stuff. I just want to say thank you for that.
That's all good, man. I was I'm not a big creator either, but anyone that's just starting out or anyone that's doing anything or was also a beginner at some point in time. There's this my chess coach had this saying that every grandmaster was once a beginner. So
Yeah,
not saying that I'm a
exactly.
grandmaster or anything, but
So I just want to ask, I'm completely new to this stuff, and
fine.
I, re- I really want to take my idea down the road for quite a long time. And we've already chatted a bit about my ideas. Like it's at a skate park, and
Mhm.
it's basically aimed at like international students
Okay.
instead of like the local native stuff like that.
Yep.
And I just have like some questions right now.
Sure.
So my first question is how do I find the right salespeople? Like, how do I promote the tickets, stuff like that?
Yeah, so like building a promoter team and finding the right people. Honestly, man, it's more about with this kind of thing, it's more about their passion than their experience. So for example, like when I recruit sales reps for Industry Set, which is like one of my other businesses, if as long as they're just like willing to put in the hard work to try and get better, and you've got a vision behind them to do that, they'll probably outperform someone that already has experience. So, for example, I think there was a comment I replied to on one of my YouTube videos recently where someone replied to someone else's comment saying, "What do I look for?" And someone was like, "Oh, just make sure they have lots of followers." And I was like, "Well, really, in my experience, the least popular looking kids did the best." Because they had like something to prove, and all the popular kids were just like, "Oh, it's not cool to promote this
Yeah.
event and all this shit." Whereas like the kids that weren't popular in school, like they had something to prove. And they just like fucking like I would always like because obviously like whenever I was recruiting promoters, I'd look at their social media following, and if a chick had like 10K followers, I'm like, this chick isn't gonna do shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you get the guy, the girl, like I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 followers, and they're not particularly popular at all, like they're gonna work so much fucking harder just to build that friend network. So try and you'd be surprised where people's social media metrics really, in this instance, especially when you're starting out, aren't a great indicator of how good they'll be. And that's why I always push people to go for volume at the start, because right now I can give you all the tips in the world, but until you go out and start recruiting promoters, you just don't know. And so what I'd rather you do is just get fucking as many as you can. And then some of them have to work out, statistically speaking. And then what you can do is you can go, okay, the traits and the promoters that work the best for me are like this, 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 and this. And then you just go look for more people like that. But right now, like you haven't built a team, so just fucking because you're not going to put anyone on a salary. Just put them on like a performance-based incentive. Just get
Like a
fucking
commission?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just get then if they don't perform, you know how to pay, right? Just get fucking literally as many as you possibly can, and then go, okay, these 10 worked out. Just cut the other ones, and
Hmm.
just go find more people like the 10.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched like a lot of your videos on making promoter teams, and you kept on explaining how like everyone's on a bell curve and everything.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I love that idea. And
yeah.
I think it's like it's 100%, like it applies to everything. So yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah.
Everything's just math at the end of the day. If you can get good at
Yeah.
math, you can get pretty good at predicting the future.
So my next question is what are the party essentials? Because I'm a complete beginner at this. I've
Mm,
talked to some some like other event organizers, stuff like that, who have
yeah.
experience, but I
Mm,
really want your take because I've heard like a lot of things about you. You know, you used to be a DJ, stuff like that,
yeah.
and I really need your advice on that.
Yeah.
So
The
what are like
music.
the party essentials?
Yeah, okay, so don't cheap out on the DJ because the the audible experience is going to influence everything else, right? Because you can't escape the music. So what people are hearing is going to set the vibe for everything else. So the DJ is going to set the vibe, and then also don't cheap out on the open DJ because the open DJ sets the vibe that
Mm.
the headline DJ builds on. And so if you get a shitty open DJ, you fuck up everything downstream. So have a really solid. Do you know what kind of music you want to play?
Yo, it's sort of like well, it's 2010s themed, but it's basically top 40 stuff,
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
sure there'll be
Yep,
some like EDM stuff,
yep,
but it's mainly like, the
cool.
2010 genre. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a real safe option. So just do that. Just like make sure the DJ is good because that's really going to set the vibe for everything else. The other thing I'd encourage people to do is try and get some kind of activity that looks good in a still image. So what I mean by that is when people take photos, they have to see something's going on. Whereas if it's just people standing in a crowd, it looks like any other party. Whereas if you get something like, let's say if people are playing Twister, if you take a still image of people playing Twister, you know they're playing Twister. So it's like, oh, what the fuck? That's weird. And so I would always try and come up with stuff that we could do that just like looked good in a still image. Even better if it looks bit better on video. But like just the assumption was if it looks good in a still frame, it makes the party look good. So stuff like Twister, fucking like giving away like free food and stuff like that. Another thing you can do for the content is I think I mentioned in one of my videos, if you can get into an elevator
The,
position, get the
the pizza thing.
yeah. And then people
Yeah.
like reach up like that. Yeah. So you've obviously done research my videos. So you can do stuff like that. Performers as well. Just like anything that people just think of whenever you've been to a party, what's gonna make you bother taking your phone out and go, holy shit, my Instagram story has to see that. Right. And it's never really like just a crowd shot. A crowd at a party, that's just like the bare minimum. Right.
Yeah.
No one's taking their phone, no one's really taking their phone out of the party to go, oh look, a lot of people in a building. Isn't that fucking cool? But if there's like, what the fuck, they're playing Twister, or there's like a ball pit or a foam pit or something just odd, what you could do, go into ChatGPT, and just make a prompt saying, hey, I'm trying to come up with a bunch of stuff to do at my party. Here's some things that I like. They need to be a visual spectacle, like playing Twister, a ball pit, giving away free food, come up with 10 ideas just like that. And then re-engineer the prompt to go, okay, give me more like 4, 5, 6, and 7. Actually, let's try and do it now.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, I'll show you. Running, it's an underage kid, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, of course, there's gonna be like some
Yeah.
alcohol or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm running an underage club event. I want things for people to do that look good as a visual spectacle and make people want to take photos of on their phone. Examples are playing Twister, I'll put non-alcoholic beer pong, food giveaways, and spinning wheel games. Give me 10 suggestions. Glow in the dark. Oh, face
Hmm.
painting. Face painting was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we did face painting. Everyone just gets dicks drawn on the face. Do face painting. You can get balloon twisters for pretty cheap. I'm remembering all the shit I did now. Photo booth, yeah. Virtual reality zone. Interactive art wall.
Yeah, like there's in the skate park, there's this like huge graffiti wall, right?
Yeah,
And if you shine like a UV light on it, like it
yeah,
just completely changes. So yeah, I think the face painting thing is a great idea.
yeah. You could
Very
also, yeah, so give me more like 1, 5, and 8. Yeah, cool. Yeah, sweet. So you just keep going like that.
okay. Hold on, let me just write that one down. Yeah. So yeah, there's also like one other thing that I was kind of concerned of.
Mhm.
When should I really like start the party? Because like if you start a party at 9, no one's really gonna come at 9. Because like yeah, no one wants to
Yeah.
arrive early, stuff like that. So
Mm.
like how long should it be, do you think? I've heard that it should be 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes even two. So like, what do you think?
Well, your city's probably different to mine. What time do people start pre? Well, you're
Sorry,
underage.
what?
What I was gonna say, your time, like, if I was to go to Spain, people start partying at a different time than they do in Perth, where I live in. What time do
Hmm.
people typically get to nightclubs?
Around 9.
Around 9?
Yeah, like 9:30, 9:30. Yeah.
Yeah. Just start it at 9 then, and try and have some incentive for the first like 50 people to rock up. So we'll do things like, it doesn't have to be this exactly. We'll do things like, there's 20 wristbands hidden in the venue, and they'll give you $10 drinks all night. But you had to be like, you want to get there early to find the 20, because we
Yeah.
hide them in fucking obvious spots. So you can do some kind of incentive to get people to come down early. Also, you probably heard one of my other videos, do like a promoter pre-party like
Mm,
an hour beforehand, just so that like when the first people rock up, it's not actually empty.
yeah. Okay. Do I have to like pay everyone on the promoter team? Like,
Nah, just do a performance-based incentive. So if they don't perform, like if you don't get revenue directly from their actions, then they just don't get paid.
yeah, so should I be providing commissions to everyone?
Yeah, if they perform. So
Oh,
if like,
okay. Yeah.
let's say for example, you charge $10 entry and they mention my name, I get $2 every time my name gets mentioned or something like that.
Mm, okay. So we're trying to price the tickets at like $15.
Yeah.
15 Australian dollars. I've sort of converted it.
Yeah.
And so what should like the commission scheme, well, what should it be?
I try and be generous. Like try and do like $5 if you can.
Okay, yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
our original plan.
Yeah.
Hmm. And how many DJs do you think there should be through the night?
Usually changes every hour. So like usually the set time's like an hour to an hour and a half. I wouldn't, especially if you don't know your DJs, don't give someone an extra long slot. So if you haven't heard me play
Yeah,
before, don't give me 3 hours because I might fuck up for 3 hours straight.
yeah.
Whereas like an hour, you can at least like tell me to get off 5 minutes early.
Hmm. Oh yeah. So like the skate park is is like an open area, and like all the other club stuff, they're doing like tables, stuff like that. So should I be doing the same thing, or
Nah.
should I just make it
No,
like
I like
a
the fact
DJ?
that it's a skate park. It's different, right? So it's really hard to get unique venues because all nightclubs more or less look the same. The fact that you're in a
Yeah.
skate park, just lean into the fact that you're in a skate park. Don't try and make it look like a nightclub. You've got all this open space, so you've probably got like space to have like performers and stuff like that. Um, so utilize the space. There's probably some advantages to your venue that nightclubs can't do. So try and lean into that. Like if people want to go to a nightclub, they're gonna go to a nightclub. They're not gonna go to a skate park. If people want to go to a skate park, they're gonna go to a skate park, not a nightclub, right? So just lean into what people are going and expecting.
Hmm. Oh yeah. So there's like one big thing, right? I'm trying to sell the tickets on pre-sale because I don't have
Yeah.
any like money right now, right?
Yep.
Do you think that's like possible, or should I get some sort of
Yeah.
like investor going in? Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
just pre-sale.
Wait, I actually have a Google Sheets for like costs. Am I able
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
like
yeah, sure. You
print
can
it?
share your screen with me if you want. I don't know
Yeah,
if
give
you
me a
do
second.
you want me to pause the recording though?
Oh no, it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Give me a second. Where is it? Okay. Is it request permission to record on this computer? Is that it? Oh, share screen.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. Okay. You can see it?
Yeah, I can say that.
All
Cool.
right. So I'm trying to like cut down the costs, but I also don't want to make it like dog shit.
Yeah.
So like so we got like two DJs here,
Mm-hmm.
and if the party's going on for like 3 hours, I should have more than two DJs, right?
Yeah. How long is the party gonna be?
I was thinking like 9 till 12, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty good for an underage thing.
Yeah.
Um,
So so I got like luckily there's like this one dude who does like the biggest international school parties
yep.
where like they put in like 100 grand into the venue, stuff like that. And he actually DJs for that club. And like was it like my gym used to train him? So like a lot of people in my gym know him, so we can like get him there. I'm just wondering like, oh, let me redo that. I'm just wondering like, should I probably get a cheaper DJ or do you think his price is probably like justified? Like
What's that
if he's
converted to
expensive, I should.
AUDs? Hang on, let me
Was that?
convert. Is your currency is different to mine. 2000. What's your currency again?
It's in Indonesian rupiah. It's like
It's like IDE or something. Oh,
I IDR.
IDR.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
23 Australian, so 2005. And how much was
yeah.
it?
It's like
1.5 mil, 0, 2, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 234. Is that an hour?
yeah.
Bit steep. Um,
You think I should
yeah,
find someone cheaper?
where so he plays big gigs.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, just let him do it.
Okay,
Like
okay.
you don't want to like you can go too far in the wrong direction. You can cheap out too much and it fucks up everything. Like I'd rather you pay an extra 40% above like industry standard to make sure it's someone that's good, especially if it's your first event.
All right. Oh, and like security.
Mm.
Should I like hire a professional sort of like should I outsource it or should I just like get someone I know to do it? That
What
'cause
what's the laws in where you live?
it's like all I've heard from like the owner of the venue is that the problem with having underage people there is that like cops might come, stuff like that,
Yep.
and like make sure that no one's underage drinking, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm also concerned that people will bring like drugs into the parties.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's not like too strict. It's like most cops here are super corrupt. And from all of like the party stories that I've heard is that every single party had to just bribe the cops basically.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. This one's new to me because for the most part, cops in Australia are pretty straight. Um, look, I can't really particularly speak to my general advice is have security against not having it and
okay.
try to have private security. It sounds like in your instance,
Ah,
like in Perth, I think it's like two security guards for the first 100 and one for every 100 after that. Um, but I definitely lean towards having private security. And then also when I was running underage events, we would just call the cops and tell them to have a presence. Uh,
mm, okay.
but then they might ask for bribes, so I really don't
Yeah.
know what to do in this situation. I haven't done it before,
Yeah, because like
unfortunately.
especially in Indonesia, like when they see a white dude, they basically pull him over and they straightforwardly just ask for money.
Yeah,
So so I'm
yeah.
just like kind of worried that that's gonna happen. But
Can he get fucking hell? This is so racist. Can you get a local mate to do it?
of course I can.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Don't,
that's what I was planning anyways.
bro. If I'm
'Cause, yeah.
like, I'm half Filipino, but like, if I'm ever from a party in Indonesia, I look white.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when should I start actually like promoting the events? When should I start posting stuff like that? Because the event is
I reckon this is your first event. I reckon a 6 week lead up's pretty good. And what's the capacity?
it's we're aiming for 200 people, but it's it's probably gonna be more than that. So like 250, something like that.
Yeah, I reckon like a 6 week lead up's good, especially for your first event.
6 weeks. Hold on. So
Do 6 weeks.
let me see.
for this first event, and then each event after that you can do monthly.
Ah, okay. So like how should I be going on posting stuff? So like should I be posting on like should I be posting up the lineup first? The tickets are going on sale. Like how should I do it? Because I'm super unexperienced in this.
Yeah, so don't go, if this is your first event, don't go with tickets live from the get-go. So you'll do like an announcement that says like next week tickets are going live. So if you've got 6 weeks of promo, the first week is just saying you exist and that tickets go live on this day and this time via this link next week. Week 2, all you're talking about is tickets are live now. Week 3, you just like so basically your ticket sales will be like a reverse bell curve. So there'll be like a bunch of sales at the start, and then it'll literally just taper off, and then the last week or two is when most of your sales will happen. Usually like the last week, like it's like the last 48 hours. It gets really nervous, by the way, because it's just like, why isn't anything moving? It's a week left, and then it all happens like the day.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering because all of the costs are basically paid for from the pre-sale.
Yeah.
And if God forbid they don't sell, do you think like we should just postpone the event or should we give back the money? Like, how
I
do you think we
reckon
should?
I reckon you'll get a bunch of, because you'll sell tickets on the night, right? Like at the door.
It's like the venue's pretty secluded,
Oh,
and
okay,
I'm
right.
not sure if like we can pay the costs
Oh wait,
after
this
the
is
party.
underage as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck,
Well, I
I keep
mean,
for,
like
I keep forgetting that.
college people and stuff like that, they're gonna come, but yeah,
Yeah,
17.
the underage people just buy tickets because they just don't know that, like, they haven't done this before, so they don't know that they can just go to the club. Like because I remember, because I used to run an underage event and it just sold out literally every single fucking time. Like we were announcing events sold out. It was fucked. So yeah, just do ticket sales. The other thing as well is because they're younger, you can kind of, they actually believe you when they say it's about to sell out. Like, I used to fucking milk that thing so hard. I'd literally post the event saying there's 17 tickets left, and we'd sell 300 tickets. um, yeah, okay, cool. So anyway, so your timeline, back to your original question. First week is just saying we exist, and this is a big thing. You need to put a lot of effort into that launch. Like, if you fuck up the announcement, it gets really hard to save it later. So we did the ads for Chase and Status here in Australia, their Australian tour. It sold out like the day after we announced it because we did a after tickets went live, because we had a really good like lineup and announcement, things like that. So your announcement in like pre-sales, sorry, the announcement to sales is super important. You need to get like as many comments, likes, views, like fucking beg, borrow, and steal for engagement for that first part, because everyone's looking to that first post to go, who else is going? Are other people going to this? And if your announcements are all just like crickets, they're gonna go, oh, well, no one else is going. Don't worry about it then. And that's really hard to save.
So how do I grow like that follower count from 0 to like upwards?
That's
Like,
you need to have your promoter team ready like first. So they should all be sharing it to their socials and shit. And
okay,
then if
all right.
it's underage as well, you need to be on TikTok. You need to be posting like fucking 5 times a day. Like
Okay.
you need to
Well, what
post
should we be
so
posting
much.
about?
What you could do is, let's come up with content ideas now.
Okay.
Go around in the street, and just interviews are doing like all right, and you can churn them out really easily. Just go interview people that are of the age that you would want coming to the event, and ask for like what they're wanting in events. Like if like ask them like controversial questions, like what's the worst party you've ever been to? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you at a party?
Mm.
And then people will just start following you for that series. And then, because you don't want all of your posts to just be like buy tickets, buy tickets,
Yeah,
buy
yeah, coming
tickets.
soon. Yeah.
It's also just like, what other relevant content can you put out there that people that would come to your event would just want to watch anyway? Oh, and by the way, 20% of our posts are just buy a ticket. Like, oh yeah, I didn't know these guys ran events. Oh, it sounds like fun. I'll come. That's an easy one you can do, because you can just do it like on your phone, and you can just do it in the streets. And then if people like recognize their friends in it, they'll tag them. and then they'll go viral and shit. And you can do like heaps of them. Like you can do that every fucking day.
Mm.
Yeah. And so
Okay,
just
yeah.
spend like literally an entire day going around and interviewing people and saying, hey, we're throwing an event. We just want to get your thoughts on this, 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 and this.
And what about like the pricing?
What about the what? Sorry.
What about like the how much should I charge per ticket, considering it's like my first event?
Yeah, make it cheap. Because I think you said you were doing $15, right?
Yeah. Well, we're planning like $15 for dudes and then $10 for girls.
Yeah, like we can't get away with that shit in Australia. They do it.
Yeah, because like
They
everyone else is doing it here. That's why.
yeah, like yeah, do that. They do that in the States sometimes. Um, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because like sometimes they'll just say just like free entries for women only.
Yeah,
In
that is stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
It's fine.
Okay.
That's a bit wage gap for something.
Hmm. So yeah, do you have any other like suggestions how I can like add value to the skate park or to the overall experience? Like,
Yeah, honestly, I think what you should be doing this first night is going around and speaking to as many people as you possibly can. Like that was mostly what I did when I was like, how old are you?
16.
I was 16. So I was like 19 when I started like promoting clubs. Literally, you might have seen in one of my previous videos. My legitimate first job was no one would come to arcade until midnight, even though it opened at 10 p.m. Like literally no one. It was just bartenders. But there was a pub down the road that everyone had praise at. It was literally my job, my paid fucking salary job, when I was much more young, charming, and charismatic, to go down there and just speak to groups of 18 to 20-year-old, usually girls, because we want to get them to the club first, because the guys will just follow them. Just go down there, talk to them, try and try and sweet talk them up to the club, do a shot with them. This is before I had a drinking problem, so I just like threw the shot over my shoulder, and then say, "Oh, I'll be right back. I'll just go to the bathroom. I'll go to the staff toilets." Go out the staff door, go back out the back door, go back down to the pub and do it all over again for like 3 hours. And I'll do that every single night. And then what that meant was the club went from no one coming until midnight to everyone lining up at open. And it was just because I'd just gone and spoken to so many people that they wanted to come to the club to hang out with me, but more often than not, just use my bar card. So, but people will keep coming as long as they know the person. Well, not as long as, but one of the things you can do to keep people coming is just make sure they know the host, right? That's why people like going to bars where they know the bartender and they always
Yeah.
mention it to a friend. Oh, I know the bartender here. Who fucking cares? This bartender probably knows everyone, but people like to feel like they're in some kind of inside thing. So you should be speaking to like literally as many people as you like. If you don't walk away from this party with like 100 more followers on Instagram, that you like fucking took their phone and followed them, you fuck something up.
Hmm.
Like it's gonna be a lot of work. But like lucky you're 16, so you still have a social battery. Fuck, there literally isn't
Yeah.
there isn't an amount of money on earth someone could offer me to do that shit again. I'm just so tired. That's why I like doing ads. That's literally why I got to doing ads, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could just literally sit behind a fucking laptop, just throw some money at the problem, not how to speak to anyone.
So like in the matter in speaks of before the event, how should I expand my network then? So like,
Yeah, so like to build your promoter team.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So start going like literally walking into like university clubs or school clubs or social clubs. Like walk in, don't message them. Like find what time. Like hopefully they got like an office or something. If they don't, then you got to message them. But like walk in, introduce it because then they can't ignore you either. So, like, walk in, introduce yourself, say how I'm doing this party. I heard you guys are super fun. I'd like to build a promoter team. You guys can make a little bit of money out of it. I'll give you guys free tickets as well. This is my vision for it. You've watched my videos about how everything needs to be exciting. You can't be like, yeah, I'm throwing a party. Like it has to be. This is the greatest party on
Yeah.
earth. Don't know why anyone else is going to fucking open. Like you had to be that guy and that excited about it. And then that's what you're gonna be doing. Just make like a hit list on like another Google sheet of just like all the social clubs, anywhere that people that might come to your event also hang out at.
Okay, okay.
Mm,
Let me just write that down.
yeah. And then if there's like any other events going on that are competitors, go there and start seeing who's who and just steal them as well.
Because I was thinking like when we first like kickstart the promotions and start posting and stuff, I was thinking like, should I possibly go to the like section of other competitors' Instagram posts, find all the
Yeah, I
profiles, DM them?
yeah,
Should I
yeah.
do
Did
that?
I post a video about that yet, or did I? I'm about to actually. I just did a. I was speaking on a
Oh,
panel. I'm actually literally after this. I'm gonna go pick up the footage on a hard drive. It's just like 200 gigabytes, and I'll start uploading some of it. But someone asked like, "Oh, how should I get my first gig?" And I was like, "Yeah, go to like all the competitor events, see who their Instagram profile follows, see who likes and comments on their posts first, because they're always in the team."
hmm. But
Yeah,
when should I be doing that in like the timeline?
like now.
Like inviting.
Like this is what you do now. this,
Okay.
this
So
is
just
work now. You're just doing this constantly. Like, I don't want you to think of this as a thing like, okay, on this date, I'm going to start doing this. Just start. Just start after this call.
okay.
You're running out of time. Like, the clock's ticking. The thing with events are like, you'd think event promoters would be better time. I've worked with so many promoters. I've never met a single fucking club promoter, myself included, when I was promoting clubs, that is like good with time management. But the thing is, events is the only business model where there is a ticking clock. You need to go fast. So like literally after this call, I want you to message me in like an hour and be like, I've already messaged like 5 people or 10 or 20. And like, don't worry about perfection either. Just do shit. You like, what is it that saying? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Just start taking shots. Some of them have to land, statistically speaking. You like the bell curve thing. So you're a stats guy. Just do more shit. You'll like put more input. There will be more output.
Right.
We can
Do
figure out
more
the
shit.
relativity later. There isn't a version of reality where you do more shit and don't get more shit. There's a positive correlation. We can fine tune shit later.
All right then. So that's basically all the questions I got. So do you got any like final tips or details? Maybe like 5 key things for someone who's starting out?
Yeah, I think don't underestimate. I'll give you two. Don't under because it's only really two that matter. Don't underestimate how important your network is. If you're trying to do this as a 1v1, you're going to lose. You need to surround yourself with people that are all trying to move in the same direction. So the people that you're hanging out with, you should like. I was thinking about the other day. I can show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It's this old saying, right? So you need to start surrounding yourself with people that are all trying to do the same thing. I got asked this on the panel talk the other week that I'm about to upload as well, where someone asked, "What's your number one piece of advice?" And I was sitting next to my best mates, Jackson and Quincy, and I said, "We did this really well since I was 21. We were all trying to do the same thing and just linked up and just started doing shit together. When we started trying to learn TikTok together, I just told everyone to get on Zoom at 3 p.m. on Thursdays, and we just tried to learn TikTok together. Like, started looking at each other's things, and that's why we all did way faster, because rather than me trying to go on a 1v1 against me against the world, I at least had two other mates with me that were all trying to do it. And so if they fuck something up, I also learned something. If I fuck something up, they learned something. As long as one of us won, all three of us won. So that's the first thing, is just like start trying to build that network, because it's like if you go into a street fight, it's like you want three of your boys with you. It's like, I'm not doing a 1v5, right? That's essentially what this is. So build your network and then don't underestimate how much work you have to do. There's always more work you can do. If you're sitting at the end of the day and you're just like twiddling your thumbs and you're doom scrolling on your phone, you should feel a little bit ashamed, because there's always something you can do. Like, you can literally make a list after this and be, if I have nothing to do, I should be finding promoters. That's really easy. You just start scrolling through followers and start messaging people. That's something you can do all day long. You don't even need a laptop for that. You can do that from your phone. And it takes way more work. The thing that's going to put you ahead of, like, you can't be in the 1% of results if you do do what the other 99% of people do, right? And so you can't look at people doing average and ordinary outputs and expect that they're doing extraordinary outputs and expect that they're doing ordinary inputs. It's just a logic failure, right? So if you want extraordinary outputs, you need to put extraordinary inputs. And so whatever you're sitting there and go, oh, I've done enough work. Have you really? It's like you can send another message. So build your network. Don't underestimate how the sheer volume of work it's going to take you to be not only successful, but win.
Oh, so about like sending cold DMs and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
should it be personalized or should it be like a copy paste
100%.
from the
No, 100%
friend?
personalize it. Just it's worth the extra effort to,
Yeah.
because if they just, as soon as people can figure out when stuff's copied and pasted, like reference like a post they made or something like that, maybe you have a mutual friend or something like that, like 100% take the extra 5 seconds to personalize it.
All right then. Hold on, let me
Try this. Try and make this as a habit. I want you to like pick a number. It could be 5, it could be 10. Just try and message like 5 people every day, because over 5 people over a week, what's that? 35 messages. Or if you do
Should I
10,
be
it's 70.
should I be messaging them on the promotion account or on my personal Instagram account?
I reckon do it on your personal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit less like advertising.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
All right. All right then. So yeah, Brennan, thank you so much.
No worries,
I
man.
I know it sounds like I'm a fucking broken record, but actually, you're like the Alex Hormozy of like nightclub promotions.
It's
So I
like the
just want to thank you
nicest
so
cover I've ever
much.
had.
Yeah.
It is, man.
Anyways, sorry to,
Message me later and let me know how you're going.
of course. All
I
right.
added you to the school group as well, didn't I?
Oh, I didn't get a notification on that on
I think
email.
I did. I think I did. Check it
Okay.
later. If I didn't, just
Well, I'll
message me.
definitely check it out. Don't worry. All
Easy. See
right.
you. Awesome.
Anyways,
See you, bro.
take care, man.
Bye.